Hey guys, welcome to my video reviewing the Russian Grand Prix and what is going to be the last bit of F1 2013 content on my channel. The new game's out next week. I've decided that I am going to get it after all. So yeah, I'll take this opportunity to say there will be F1 2014 content on my channel as of a week's time. Surprisingly, people are still playing F1 2013 as well. I took this bit of footage after the race today, so that bodes well for next week and the start of the game and interest in the game. So that's a good starting point. But we're going to talk about the Russian Grand Prix. Let's kick off the bat. This was the worst race, not only of this year, but I think probably of the last 3 seasons. It was back to the old Bridgestone days of let's see what happens on lap 1. Oh, that's who are in the top 3. And look, that's pretty much how it stays to the end. Pirelli have come in for a lot of criticism in the last few years, which I've talked about many times, but for F1 fans who maybe didn't watch back then or simply can't remember, when we had the Bridgestone days, I'm thinking especially around 2005-2006, we had what we had at the Russian Grand Prix this weekend every single weekend, and it was just awful. Pirelli have come in for a bit of blame for what we saw this weekend. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Pirelli haven't been allowed to test there. They've had no idea what to expect really before going into this weekend, so I think it's a bit harsh to blame them. Yeah, I'll leave that one there. Driver of the day, I like to give a Driver of the Day award. It's going to be one of the top 5 for me, and for me, even though he had that mistake and got very hot-headed at the start, the person that impressed me and showed something they haven't shown me so far this season was Nico Rosberg. And when I say he showed something that he hasn't showed me this season, that was the ability to recover from a mishap, a situation. I'm thinking back mainly to Hungary and Spa, 2 races he should have won, for whatever reason ended up 4th, 5th, further back in the field and wasn't able to recover. It's been a major criticism I've had of Nico this year, which I think could potentially cost him this World Championship. But to see him come from the back, save the tyres, save the fuel and recover to a 2nd place, Nico was in damage limitation mode and he couldn't limit any more damage than that, so I was reasonably impressed with him. The rest of the top 5 all pretty much on form, but I expected Lewis to be a step ahead this weekend. I expected Bottas to be quick. I expected Jensen to continue his form that he's had in the last few races, and I expected Kevin Magnussen to respond to Button's form and step up. So yeah, there we go. That's my thoughts on Driver of the Day. Second lap, I wanted to talk about McLaren's current driver situation. For now, in this bit, I'm assuming that still Alonso is going to go to McLaren, although the rumours of him potentially staying at Ferrari or taking a sabbatical are getting louder. I'm fully aware of that. For now, I'm assuming he's still going there. For me, obviously, I think Van Dorn, he's not quite ready yet. I think it would do him no harm at all to do another year in GP2, try and win it. Congratulations to Jolyon Palmer, by the way, on winning GP2. Top job. Really hope he can find the next step up. So we're down to Magnussen or Button. I like Kevin Magnussen. I like how he races, and he definitely is quick and definitely a talent. For me though, if you're McLaren and next season you want to be competing for a Constructors' Championship, which it's McLaren, no doubt they are thinking about that. That's the kind of ambitious group of people that they are. Magnussen against Button in terms of just being able to score lots of points based on what we've seen this season, you've got to go with Button. He's still in great form, he's still in great nick. He showed in Suzuka last week that on his day, in those kind of conditions, he's going to be the man who's going to get you the car 3, 4, 5 positions further forward than it should be. Magnussen for me is still showing a bit of that raw, inexperienced feel that a young driver has. I'll say it straight. when I was watching the Japanese Grand Prix, I found myself, as a McLaren fan, shouting at the TV screen again, the same way I did with Sergio Perez last year when he attacked Button at, say, Bahrain. And I was just like, Kevin, what are you doing? What are you doing flying up the inside of your teammate who is battling for a podium when you're a lap down? What I think McLaren should do is, in fact, what Williams did with Button himself at the end of 2000. They need to find a way of loaning him out to another team. Yes, it may be a couple of places further down the grid, but they need to find him another team he can go to, learn more racecraft, get more experience, and then bring him back into the McLaren fold a couple of years down the line, probably when Button himself is retired. And let's be honest, Alonso's not got many years left really at all, so Kevin needs to play the long game, needs to keep himself in Formula 1, and if that means going to another team and being loaned out, so be it. So we're going to leave things there for today. The good thing about having 3 weeks to the next F1 race, I'm going to try and catch up on some of the news that I've missed in the last few weeks. I'm very aware that I haven't spoken on about Vettel's move away from Red Bull yet, and there's rumours of other moves further down the grid and moves further afield, looking even towards 2016. The silly season for 2 years ahead has already started. That is the nature of F1, the nature of the beast at the moment. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, then please give it a like. If you don't mind clicking the subscribe button as well, that would be really well appreciated. Videos with F1 2014 hopefully coming later in the week. If not, they're going to be Gran Turismo 6 videos, karting videos coming soon as well. But last but not least, I'd just like to say, Jules, we're still thinking of you, we're still praying for you. Keep fighting hard, son, you can do it. We all want to see you back on the grid in 2015. Forza Jules.